Testing, testing, test, test, test. Okay, right. Halo Mas Julius, checking.
Yes, yeah, hello.
Yeah, how are you today?
Yeah, good.
Are you still working 9 to 5 at home or go to the office?
Still working from home.
Ah, that's good. That's good to hear. Okay, wrap. Okay, we are going to wait for several people to come here. How many come? We are going to start anyway. Good night, Marianti. How are you today? How are you today? Let me unmute you first. How do I unmute you?
I'm still connecting the audio.
Ah, still connect audio, right? How are you today, Mbak Marianti?
What about you?
Quite. I cannot quite hear you.
Right.
Or maybe just my microphone. Don't worry. Wait up. I'm going to check my microphone first.
What about now?
Mas Julius, what about now? I cannot hear correctly.
Yeah.
My mic is not good.
I cannot hear Marianti's too.
Right. I'm going to find another headset copy.
Yeah, I think your voice is very. Oh, what? Why is that? Very little. I hear you very barely. Hear you. It's very small.
Right. I'm going to find another headset. Wait a second, okay?
Yeah.
I think this one is quite better than previously.
Right. It's because I hold it like this.
Yeah, I guess you have to do that.
Yes.
Actually, I'm not that quite well these several days. I have a mild fever, not COVID, hopefully. Just probably working late and make my immune goes down. So I need to get to sleep more. So I think my productivity is quite low these several days since about last Friday.
Oh, I think somebody is also having a mild fever. Probably not mild.
Oh, yeah,
from
really?
Friday night.
Yeah, I read that also. Was
yes.
it?
Somebody, I'm not sure. I mean, like, it's not a real name, so cannot really
that's
memorize.
Okay, I'm going to greet Mas Nasiruddin first. Mas Nasiruddin, how are you today?
Okay, I'm fine, Mr.
Yeah, we can hear you. How are you today?
Yeah. I'm fine.
Good to hear that. Okay,
Please join in English speaking in remote work.
Don't worry, this is everyone has the first time, and as we are not using English as our secondary language, so that will be a problem for us. So that's why we create this session for us to just pick up ourselves. Me myself, a lot of grammar mistakes. Don't worry about that. So just speak what you want to speak. Marianti will later create a course to straighten up our English grammar and English spoken conversation. Okay. Before that, let's just start our session now. So as Mr. Nasiruddin is the first time coming here, I guess. So let's just introduce yourself, your name, where do you live, your occupation, and yeah, that's it. Okay, Mas Nasiruddin, could you please introduce yourself?
I don't hear, Mr.
Okay, could you please introduce yourself, where do you live, and what is your occupation at the moment? Can you hear us?
I'm Nasiruddin Kurbani.
Right.
I'm from Sidoarjo, and I live in Mojokerto.
Mojokerto is West Java, right? Or Central Java?
Yes, right. Yeah, right. Mojokerto.
All right. What is your occupation at the moment?
I don't hear, Mr.
What do you do at the moment? Are you still studying or working at an office or something like that?
Oh, I just as publisher in some network from Canada.
Nice. So, okay.
I'm running in SEO.
SAO?
Yeah.
Nice. So I'm going to mark you for that because I need an SAO guys at the moment. Okay, wait now. Okay, Marianti, could you please take over the meeting? So just do what I usually do. The question, what we are going to ask, up to you at the moment. You can ask us, what do you want to ask us? That's all for me. Okay, Marianti, now it's yours. We cannot hear you, Marianti.
Oh, who's going to be the first person?
Yeah, okay.
Is that up to me? Oh, right. Hi. Hi. Good evening.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Can
correctly.
you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, good evening, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I hope everybody is well, and those who are not so well, I'm going to get well soon. So tonight we are going to talk about I think something we have talked about before. What do you like the most about being a programmer? And one thing, what problems you
Wait, Mr. I'm put headphone.
you cannot hear me? All right, you're going to get yes. What do you like the most about the programmer? About being a programmer, and what problems normally programmers find? I don't know. Probably when you do some projects, you might find, you might find some problems.
Okay, so I'm going to summarize that. So there are two questions. What do you like the most being a programmer, and what problem that programmer usually got in their daily tasks?
Yes, while programming. I mean, yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, Marianti, you can lead us. Whom do you appoint to us to answer a question? Up to you now.
The thing is that I don't know who are joining us now. I'm like,
okay.
Yes, how many people are joining? I don't know, and who are joining. So how am I going to choose?
Okay. So I'm going to appoint I'm going to point one of the guys. Mas Julis, could you please answer Marianti questions?
Okay. I'll try to answer her questions. What do you like the most of programmer? Oh, what I'm like being a programmer.
What do you like the most about being a programmer? Yes.
Oh, yeah. Being a programmer, what I most like is when I created some program, or when I able to solve the other solve some problems and the client happy with it. That what that when I very like it, like that the moment that I very enjoyed it. And the problem programmer usually got usually the biggest problem for me currently is to have to context switching between several tasks that makes me exhausted. So sometimes when I really tired of being switching context between several tasks, I got just rest on that day and just laying down or maybe playing around with my kids and leave that programming problems behind. So hopefully when I come back later and doing my regular job, I got a fresh mind and hopefully get new idea to solve the problems that I face. Yeah, I think that's all.
Is it? Can you hear me? Right.
Yeah.
Is it really tiring? I mean, to be a programmer, how many days do you normally need to solve a problem? It depends on the complexity of the problem, I believe.
Yeah, depends on the complexity. Sometimes currently I'm working to support the other company, and sometimes the errors coming very frequently. And on one day, if the problem is common or easy enough, I can take maybe 5 or 4 problems that I can analyze and give the solution for that problems. And if that problem is really complex, it could be takes more than one day. Usually, almost 3 days just to solve one problems. It's very exhausting, and after that, usually I just got tired and maybe take half day leave. Yeah, and then take rest.
How many projects do you normally finish in 1 month?
How many
projects?
Tasks.
Yes. How many tasks do you normally finish in 1 month? In a month?
Good question. I never counting the tasks that I already finished on 1 month. If we can take an average for maybe 1 week is about 10 to 12. So maybe on a month it maybe is maybe about 50 maybe on 1 month.
That's a lot. Like
50 tasks. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, sometimes I need to leave, take a leave. Sometimes I take leave for about 5 days in sequentially because it takes a lot of it's just exhausting.
Do you like your job?
Should be.
I like it when that's on tricky.
I'm curious because it's tiring and it's 50 tasks in a month and like 12 months in a year. So I'm just asking.
What I'm really enjoying this job, my job right now is because we are trying to solve the real problem. Because my company that I work on is running on the what is called laboratory laboratory machine. that help us to find drugs for some disease. So that's why, yeah, I think this is an interesting job, even though this is very, very exhausting and very tiring job task.
Yes. Yes.
So maybe we can go to another member, Marianti.
Right. Okay. So thank you, Mr. Excuse me.
Mas Julis.
Julis. Just Julis.
Yes. Right. Thank you, Julis. We're going to move to the next person.
The next person, I'm going to appoint Mas Nasiruddin. Could you please answer Marianti's question, which is, what do you like the most as programmer, and what problem that programmers usually got in their daily days, and what is your solution for that? That's it.
Yes, new in programming.
You're new.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
So because you are new to programming, what problem that you usually got?
Problem is I hard to get client because I don't have portfolio and but in speaking in English. And I hope I join in remote worker. I can upgrade my skill and I can work in home.
Hello?
Okay, we can hear you. You can hear you. Okay, the other question was Mas Nasiruddin. Yeah, I think you already answered that. Your problem is still working, still learning programming, and so that means you still need to build your portfolio. And the solution is joining remoteworker.id to build up your skills and building up your portfolio. I think that's it, Marianti.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Marianti, we can move to another person. Mas Taufik, are you ready to answer our questions? Wait. I'm going to unmute you. Okay, the question is, what do you like the most as a programmer, and what problem that you usually got, and how do you solve that? Thank you, Mas Taufik.
I want to be programmer because I cannot work to office because I have limitation.
Yeah.
So I am join remote work. So this is opportunity for me to collaboration to other people. My problem is how to solve the problem with coding because with coding use algorithm.
See.
So for me, enough. Thank you.
May I ask the question?
Yes.
How long have you been learning programming? Since when?
Six months.
6 months.
6 months.
Okay, Mbak
Is it all right? Okay.
Mas Taufik, what
Thank you.
course that has been completed in remoteworker.id? Have you finished the Python fundamentals course?
Yes, I'm finished fundamental pattern and Django.
Oh, and Django. Okay, good. That's good. I'm going to create a system to monitor your progress, guys. At the moment, I don't have that system because, for example, I don't know how many of from you guys already finished certain courses. So I'm not able to track your progress. I'm going to note that in the next sprint to be able to create a monitoring and to push you guys to be the best version of yourself in programming. That's all from me, Mas Taufik. Okay,
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Mama Mariamti, we can go now to Mr. Muhammad Sofyan. Are you able to join us? The question is, what do you like the most as a programmer, and what problem programmer usually got, and how do you solve that problem? Yes, sir.
Okay. Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Okay, Mbak Mariamti.
What do you like? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Right. What do you like the most about being a programmer, and what problems do you normally find as a programmer, and how is that problem?
So what I like, what I mostly like for being programmer. Okay.
Yes, right.
First question. Okay. The opportunity being programmer, I think, is able to working from home. Of course, that's why I joined the remote worker ID. And I think the programmer is working on the computer, and I love working on the computer. That's why I love being programmer. That's why. Okay. And what's other questions?
What problems do you normally find?
Oh, what's the problem? Okay. The problem is actually the being programmers is we must thinking really hard think to solve the problem we have to algorithm some like algorithms and mathematical calculation problem, some things like that. And the other problem I think is we must continue research and research more about technology, because technology is always updated. Okay. Always updated from this month to other month is never the same. It's actually always updated, and so we need continue learn and learn continuously. That's why that's it's hard for being programmer. I think that's it. And any other questions?
When is the first time you start learning as a programmer?
Actually, I learned some stuff since I was in high schools, but it's not really focused on that things, and I continued on to the IT college. Yes, computer science college. Yes. So that's why I started programming. So if I actually maybe 3 or 4 years focused on that things. Okay.
Are you going to teach your children programming?
Yes.
Are you going to teach your children programming?
Teach my children on programming.
Right. Are you going to do that?
I think maybe yes. Because I have some videos some sites called the code.org. I watched that. And that code.org, there are videos there, and Bill Gates says maybe the coding is the future language. He said everyone needs not only programmer, everyone is not is must learn to code, how to code. It's teach how people thinking. Bill Gates said it's like that. It's future language, so everyone should learn. So yes, maybe I will teach my kids to learn code. That's it.
At what age are you going to start teaching your kids coding?
When I already have kids.
You haven't got.
Yeah, I already married by not having kid right now.
Right.
So, yes. Okay.
You can take your time then.
Yes. But actually, yes, I must wait until maybe 5 years or more. Maybe I see Mr. Eko teaching his kids since you teach your kids since 5 years old. Yes. Oh yes. Okay.
Actually, maybe just 4.5 because I teach them before they are going to the kindergarten.
Oh yes.
They have to be able to read first.
Yes, they must. They at least they have been able. At least they have the ability to read and calculate. Charles too. That's all.
That's complicated.
That's it. That's the minimum requirement. Okay, Mbak Marianti, I think we can.
And counting.
Yeah,
right.
I think we can wrap up this session. Maybe you can create some kind of conclusion for our meeting, and that's it. The floor is yours.
Conclusions. I think it's actually there were many grammatical problems actually. So it was just some pronunciations like clients and yeah, there were not many problems. What I want to say here is that language, we have to get used to using, whether it is written language, spoken language, we've got to get used to it. It can be automatically, or else it cannot, it will never be successful if we don't practice. I think that's all.
Okay, thank you, Mbak Marianti. Yeah, this is very important statement for us guys, that we just need to practice, whether it's written or spoken. So that's why I'll try to come regularly 8 p.m. our time, and I think that's it.
Yes.
Maybe if we
yes. May I say something else?
Sure, you can.
Right. So especially because you were trying to find clients from other countries, it's really important. It's probably sometimes when we talked about something, it's probably boring. It's probably something out of your interest, but it's just to make use of it. So, or we can probably, it doesn't have to be me asking questions in the group. We can probably switch roles. Somebody asks questions and we're going to discuss that together. That would be fine.
Nice.
So we talked about anything you like, you want. So it's probably about IT world, discuss about the current issues or what. The thing is that something that might be useful in your IT world, in your coding, programming, changing. So that's the only way to get used to the language, get used to speaking the language, to writing the language. So when you communicate with your clients, it'll be easier. It'll be automatic. That's all.
Okay. Thank you, Mbak Marianti. And guys, thank you for coming in. And I really hope that we can use English much better than our India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh rival. We make them as a rival because they are the biggest one in Southeast Asia region. And yeah, let's do this, and we can do this. This is our community. We can develop ourselves. We can develop our community. We strengthen our community by strengthening ourselves. Okay, that's all, everyone. Thank you for coming, and catch you up in the next week. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Thanks.
Next week.
Bye.